Vast tracts of land in the Gaza Strip lie in ruins in the wake of the ongoing war. A brutal blockade of food, clean water, and medicine has been critical for all forms of life that remain in the Strip. On Tuesday, the Israeli state bombed what was considered to be a safe zone on Gaza, Al-Mawasi Khan Younis. The Israeli Defense Forces designated the area as a humanitarian zone in December where aid could be received. However, it has been subject to a number of attacks. It is a refugee encampment for the Palestinians displaced by the violence. The recent attack left deep craters caused by the impact of the bomb. Analysis by the Sunnat Institute at Al-Jazeera concluded Israel detonated the 2,000-pound Mk-84 bomb on the encampment. The bomb is manufactured by the United States defense giant General Dynamics, the only corporation that makes the metal frames needed for the bomb. Do you think governments should be transparent with their citizens about their involvement in global conflicts and arms trading? Comment and let us know. In this video, we explore the special relationship between the United States and Israel that enables the supply of weapons and look at the companies that benefit from this. The United States' supply of weapons to Israel follows a larger history of cooperation and solidarity between the two countries. The United States was the first country to officially recognize Israel as a legitimate state in 1948. Since World War II, Israel has been the largest recipient of American aid, receiving a cumulative sum of $158 billion by 2023. The US provides roughly $3.8 billion annually in military aid to Israel, an amount that has stayed surprisingly stable over the past decade, in contrast to the changing levels of support given to other allies. The Stockholm International Peace Research Institute reported US arms comprised 69% of Israel's import of major conventional arms between 2019 and 2023. In August this year, the Biden administration approved a public sale of nearly $20 billion to Israel, which included F-15 jets, tank and mortar cartridges, and army vehicles. This sale was approved amid Israel's ongoing assault on Gaza, which has killed nearly 41,000 people so far. There are laws enshrined in the United States Constitution which protect this relationship. Under the 2008 Law on Military Export Controls, the United States must ensure that any weapons it provides to other countries in the Middle East region do not threaten Israel's qualitative military edge. A qualitative military edge, simply put, is the ability of a country to protect itself from a military threat using superior technology. In the past, this legally binding agreement has even required the United States to provide Israel with weapons to offset its trade with other countries. Qualitative military edge has also ensured that Israel is the first in the Middle East region to receive access to the most advanced US military weapons. This has included technologies such as the F-35 stealth fighters that are used in the delivery of 2,000-pound bombs such as the Mk-84. Weapon manufacturers based in the United States have benefited hugely from the ongoing war in Gaza. Major global arm manufacturers from the United States such as Lockheed Martin, RTX Raytheon, General Dynamics, Northrop Grumman, L3Harris Technologies, and Rheinmetall have all reported significant increases in profit or share prices. For instance, Lockheed Martin reported an order backlog worth $160.6 billion in 2023. Alongside the conventional giants in weapon manufacturing, artificial intelligence corporations have also seen a boost in profits. Planetary Technologies, which specializes in software development, uses satellite data for the recognition of targets and to radically reduce the decision time for potential attacks. The share prices for the corporation increased by nearly 98% in February 2024, as their quarterly revenue exceeded government expectations. Currently, the Israeli Defense Forces makes extensive use of their AI system, Fire Factory, a targeting software developed using a complete mapping of the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. Let's zoom in again on the bombings on Tuesday. The Mk-84 bomb used at the bomb site is part of a larger series of United States Mk-80 series of weapons. The 2,000-pound bomb has a deadly blast radius of 370 meters. So, who is the company behind its manufacture? The bomb is manufactured by US-owned General Dynamics Corporation, which is an aerospace and defense corporation with its headquarters in Virginia, United States. General Dynamics manufactures and sells military weapons and equipment, including armored fighting and robotic combat vehicles, tanks, artillery systems, artifacts, guns, and cybersecurity systems. It is the world's fifth largest military company with $38.5 billion in annual revenue. It derives 80% of its revenue from the defense sector. The company has a long history of supplying the US and international militaries with weapon systems and equipment. Between 2008 and 2021, it signed contracts worth just over $2.4 billion with the US Department of Defense. General Dynamics designed the central biometric database used by the US migration authorities. The corporation was involved in the efforts by the US Customs and Border Protection to construct a smart wall at the US-Mexico border between 2005 and 2019. The use of such invasive technologies at the border was criticized because it would catalog data on minorities that would force them into more danger. Thus, the human rights violations that it is involved in extend beyond just the war in Gaza. The United States defense sector is valued at a whopping $309.77 billion in 2024. The sector sustains itself by swaying policy directives in the United States with the use of lobbyists and investments in think tanks. In the past, armed corporations have also acted to shape policy. For instance, in 2018, the CEO of Raytheon met with the Foreign Relations Committee to argue against arm limitations being placed on Saudi Arabia so that the company could sell precision-guided bombs to the state.
Progress toward these noble goals is persistently threatened by the conflict now engulfing the world. It commands our whole attention, absorbs our very beings. We face a hostile ideology, global in scope, atheistic in character, ruthless in purpose, and insidious in method.
President Eisenhower was the first United States president to formally mention the military-industrial complex in his last speech to the nation. Explained simply, the complex is a network of individuals and institutions that are implicated in the production of weapons and military technologies. The complex tries to garner political support for renewed military spending by the government in order to fuel its own interests. Since Eisenhower's speech, the complex has blossomed into a multi-billion-dollar global enterprise with vested interests in wars and associated human rights abuse, and the incorporation of newer technologies such as artificial intelligence being used for the destruction of human life. The attack on Al-Mawasi on 10 September killed at least 19 people and left 60 wounded, according to reports by the Gaza Health Ministry. As genocidal violence continues in the Gaza Strip, accountability for the corporations which supply weapons leading to the death and maiming of civilian lives goes unchecked.